For the third time in 35 days, it's the El Clamico Derby between New England rivals Hartford Athletic and Rhode Island FC, this time in Connecticut. Hi, everybody, with my broadcast partner, Mark Donaldson. I'm Joe D'Ambrosio. And, Mark, before we get to the match, breaking news yesterday, Hartford's leading scorer, Momo Jang, transferred to Minnesota United of the MLS. A great move for the young man.
I agree. And what about the conversation that you and I had last week talking about MLS not signing players from USL? Well, they have. Momo is in the building. He's getting his photo taken with supporters tonight. That deal has been concluded. I think it's a decent deal for Hartford Athletic. I think it's good money that they've received. But crucially, they have got a fantastic sell-on clause. If he fulfills his potential, the star boy, Hartford will be in the money.
Jang really coming into his own in this, his second year with Athletic, a team leading 9 goals in USL play, becoming a dynamic scorer.
He's 21 years old. At 21, a lot of things can still happen in a player's career. But for me, the maturity that he has shown since he first came in when Romario Williams was sold, he was very raw. He remains raw, but he's added a lot to his game. Anticipatory skills, knows that there could be a problem. Kate takes it off the defender, around the goalkeeper. I would have loved to see him get on his knees and head that in, but still, we'll miss him at Hartford, but good luck to the young lad.
Where will the goals come from? A worthy candidate? Kyle Edwards.
I hope so, because up until Momo went on his scoring run, he was tied for the league lead with Momo Dieng as top scorer for Hartford. This is a guy who's got so much pace. He's good off the bench. He's good from the start. The problem Hartford have got, Joe, is if he goes down, it might be next man up. But he doesn't start tonight. He will come off the bench with Ade Obalola leading the line.
It's Hartford and Rhode Island for the third time this year. Lineups kickoff next here on ESPN+.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
At Lux Bond & Green, we have been designing and crafting custom jewelry for decades. It's an art as much as a science, and really there's no room for error. It comes down to 100 little choices made by our own artists and experts who listen to you and create your perfect engagement ring by hand. Quality, value, and selection. Lux Bond & Green Jewelers throughout Connecticut and Massachusetts.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank the Mandel JCC of Greater Hartford, the official fitness center of Hartford Athletic. Visit mandeljcc.org to learn more. Last Fly is the leader in airport parking at Bradley International. Save 20% by pre-booking on lastfly.com. Last Fly is a proud supporter of Hartford Athletic. The joint is jumping tonight. Lots of people from the Ocean State in the house to watch this third meeting between these teams this season. The first two ended in draws. Time now for the starting lineups. They are brought to you by Liberty Bank, and because of the schedule, Mark, numerous changes for the home 11.
6 of them in total from the 2-0 win at San Antonio on Wednesday. Incoming Njai, Macangila, Morera, Jimenez, Owen Prestis, and Ade Obalola. Outgoing Momo Dieng, who's joined MLS and Minnesota United. Sebastian Anderson, Michi Engalina, Emmanuel Samaria, Kyle Edwards, and Marlon Hairston. And apart from Dieng, all 5 of those are on the bench.
And as far as Rhode Island is concerned, Cano Smith making a trio of changes.
Yeah, that's from the 0-0 against Loudon on the 9th of August. They had a good win in midweek in the Jägermeister Cup. So the three changes see Aldair Sanchez, Amos Shapiro-Thompson and Maxi Rodriguez go out. Incoming Dwayne Atkinson, Clay Holstad and Jojea Quizera. And Williams will play as the striker, supported by Fuson on the left and Atkinson on the right.
Rhode Island 8th in the Eastern Table, a point behind Athletic. As you look at Rhode Island, had such an amazing debut year last year, going all the way to the MLS Championship game before coming up short against the Switchbacks from Colorado Springs. There you can look at the veteran, Koke Vegas, 4-4-4 this season with 5 clean sheets. It's a Rhode Island team that's had problems scoring goals, but has not had any problems stopping them.
Yeah, they don't concede many, but they've only scored 15 in this league. So good to see so many Rhode Island fans have made the journey, whether it's up and along the 90 and down the 84 or cross country from the Ocean State. It's a brilliant atmosphere. It's sold out and it feels like a proper atmosphere.
Made the 77-mile trek from Pawtucket to Hartford. 80 degrees, winds right to left at 10 miles an hour. Elvis Omanovich, the man in charge, and game on in Hartford. They played to a scoreless tie at Centerville Bank Stadium on July 19th.
That was feisty.
And then, yes, it was very feisty.
Wow.
That's an understatement. Let's go to Mark's keys of the game. They're brought to you by Mitchell.
Just told you about the 6 changes, so opportunity does indeed knock. I think it would be a decent enough result for Hartford if they can get to the hour mark still tied. They can then strengthen. They have a very strong bench today. For Rhode Island, away from home, not good at all. Since May was the last time that they won on their travels in this league.
Hartford attacking from the right. They put it in front. Here's Njai, tries to center it. Jimenez can't get it through. Hartford keeps the pressure on. Carriaga in the box, knocks it off Matthew Corcoran. Finally clear it out.
Ooh, that's worth another look. Not given on the field. Free kick Hartford instead near halfway. First instinct is I think he's gone down looking for this. Is there contact? And if there is there enough? Not for me.
Nope. Our replay brought to you by Hoffman. As you look at Babukar Njai, the veteran, playing in his second game since being signed. You know, one other player to watch here is the younger Prestis brother, Owen Prestis. Brendan Burke telling us it's the first time that he's played at this level. He played a lot for Columbus Crew too, but he's getting the start tonight. Is really necessitated by the schedule, the long trip to San Antonio, the heat that they played in the shadow of the Alamo, and then a long travel day on Thursday. It took them 12 and a half hours to get back from San Antonio. Meanwhile, it is also the third game in 8 days for the Revolution, but they've all been on the East Coast. Ball played through to Noah Fuson, but there's Owen Prestis to clear it away. I would think, Mark, they will try to attack him on that left flank. Here they go again. This is Dwayne Atkinson, the hero of the game on Wednesday night, scored the only goal. Him and Matthew Corcoran have had a good impact thus far since their recent signings by Rhode Island FC, a team that comes in 5-9-6, 3 wins and a draw in 10 games away from beautiful Centerville Bank Stadium.
What a stadium they've made there.
That's tremendous.
Can be increased up to 16,000. He's done a great job there. They probably overachieved last season. It'd be interesting to think or to hear what their ownership kind of privately said before the start of last season as to what would be an acceptable season. I think they exceeded those expectations, and I think they've underachieved this season with the players that they have.
Trying to play for Fuson in the middle, cleared out. Joe Farrell once again out of the Hartford lineup. The veteran has a quad injury. He did not play on Wednesday night in San Antonio. And really that back three mark of Scarlett, Deespe, and TJ Prestis, the only part of the Hartford lineup that's pretty much the same from what we saw earlier this week.
Yeah, and it's understandable. You build relationships, and the most important relationships between the centre-backs and the goalkeeper. Plus, they don't have too many options to change things with Joe Farrell unavailable right now.
Deespay distributes over the far touchline, so it'll be a Rhode Island throw. And this is a Rhode Island team, just one goal in its last 5 in the USL, and only 1 in the run of play in 630 minutes coming in.
Yeah, Albert Tikwa hasn't quite got going yet. Spent a lot of money to get him.
Chico's on the bench.
And that's another threat. I mean, we spoke about Hartford being able to go to their bench in the second half. Rhode Island, they've got a lot of talent on their bench as well.
Rodriguez.
Yeah, exactly. Started the last game.
Ball played up for Obalola, but headed away by Karif Yao. Trinity Health of New England, proud to be the official medical provider and title partner of Hartford Athletic. Always committed to providing the best healthcare experience every day for every patient. Trinity Health of New England, we see all of you. Hartford in the familiar all-green kits. There's a shot, blocked, rebound, score! It's 1-0 Hartford. And it's the man we had talked about, Mark, Samuel Carriaga.
We needed a big performance from him. And he's opened the scoring in 5 minutes. I'd like to see a replay to see if Koke Vegas could have done better there. That was the first instinct. But it's all about second balls. It's about being Johnny on the spot. It's about being in the right place at the right time. Did the goalkeeper see it late? Hopefully we got a better view than that one. Maybe a wider shot. But Carriaga, here we go. It's just a parry. If you're parrying it out, don't parry it back where it came from. Get it wide if you can. And defensively, there's not much the centre-backs can do if you don't stop the initial shot. What a start from Hartford. And in fairness, this is a Hartford side that is nowhere near their first choice 11. So to get the breakthrough in the early stages is huge.
The 11th career goal, first in USL play for Hartford for Samuel Carriaga. Coming in the 6th minute, as you get look at Noah Fuson, who was the golden playmaker in the league last year with 10 helpers. And the other thing that goal does is, as Ahmed Mabika commits a foul, so Hartford will have a potentially dangerous restart. But what it does is it really gets the crowd into it.
Yeah, and they were already into it.
Yes, they didn't need much help.
There are still cars outside waiting to park in the parking lot, because I'm not allowed to say car park, because that's not what it is over here. There's still lines for people waiting to get in, and those who've got here on time, the majority of them are off to a good start. And what Hartford would give for a second opportunity here.
Now, this is a part of Hartford's games where all year long it's been Seb Anderson and Manu Samadi putting the ball in play. This will be a little bit different look from the left of Vegas, the veteran keeper.
They work on two things, Joe: near post flick or far post header back.
It's Carriaga, the goal scorer.
Oof.
Blocked. Cleared away.
That's good goalkeeping from Koke Vegas. He tried to cheat a little bit there, Samuel Carriaga, and try and get it in at the near post. That's good goalkeeping, because that could easily have caused more problems.
Hartford with the edge in play in the first 7 minutes.
Obalola with the shot that was parried by Koke Vegas. There's another look. He just didn't do enough with that one. As a goalkeeper, you've got to be disappointed. But you've got to get closer to Obalola in the first instant, the first spell.
Cleared over the east touchline. And, you know, the other thing, we've talked about all the people who are not in the starting 11 for Hartford. Well, for guys in different roles, it's their chance to show Brendan Burke they can be trusted.
That's the key. That is the key. He's not necessarily going to get straight back into the side. Hartford play next weekend on Saturday at North Carolina, but there's the game against Greenville Triumph in the Jägermeister Cup coming up.
And a midweek game, a makeup against Indy 11.
That's on the Wednesday. They're going to Miami as well. It's a squad game, and hopefully Hartford are in a position to be able to replace Momo Dieng, or certainly signed someone for that position. But for now, it's Kyle Edwards when he starts, or it's Obalola in this one.
And for the most part on social media, Hartford fans, were cognizant of what took place.
Joseph, don't go on social media.
But for the most part, fans understood, but they were somewhat. Why did it have to happen now? Couldn't they wait until after the derby? No, they couldn't have.
It's an MLS transfer deadline was on Thursday, so as long as intent to sign was done by then, it made sense.
I go on social media to see what you post.
Oh, I try and stay off that. It's poisonous.
Rhode Island controlling the ball here. 4 is the Spaniard, Hugo Bacharach. Playing in his 6th game, his 4th start. Played in the middle of the pitch by the veteran Mark Ibarra, number 23.
One thing Hartford have done a lot better as the season's gone on is be more clinical. They've not needed 6, 7, 8 chances to score 1 or 2 goals. There have been games they've had 3 or 4 chances and scored 2 or 3 goals. That's the sign of an improving side.
Rhode Island forming the attack nicely. There's Holstead. Gets it back on a 1-touch. Serves into the box. Cleared away by Dispe. Bounces over the head of Ame Mabika. And Vegas comes way out to make the play. 1-0 Hartford on the Carriaga goal. Coming in the 6th minute.
Yeah, Rhode Island, no wins, no draws, 6 defeats this season when conceding the opening goal away from home in the USL Championship.
And Hartford, when they score first, 6-1. If you believe in those type of statistics, which many people do, and many people say is hogwash. The Hartford is back again and excited to help our team win from kickoff to extra time. They're proud to show their support for our amazing community. As a founding partner of Hartford Athletic, visit thehartford.com to learn more.
Try and time the run better. The offside flag going up on this near side from Jeremy Smith. Great to see so many Rhode Island supporters have made the journey. When Hartford went to Rhode Island, it was twice in the space of a week, a league game and then a cup game. I just love the fact we've got a derby in this part of the world, and Portland up north as well. Hartford have played them a couple of times as well. It just gives it gives you the opportunity to go to away games in the USL Championship.
Because the league is so spread out. In fact,
exactly.
The travel for Hartford, they play 7 of their final 10 on the road, including trips to Monterey Bay, Colorado Springs, and Oakland.
Yeah, and it's always difficult when the owner, Bruce Mandel's private jet, is unavailable.
Well, because you get it.
Yes.
He lends it to you for your globe-trotting.
And there's no 12-hour journey back from San Antonio. Players getting back at dinner time on Thursday.
After leaving well before breakfast time.
Yeah. Need to see more of J.J. Williams from a Rhode Island perspective, and they can't afford to isolate him either. That's better.
Changing fields. 12 is Clay Holstad. Sends it in. Scarlett with the header. Played by Carriaga. Hugo Bacharach, the Valencia, Spain 24-year-old. Now Corcoran, played in the league as a teenager. Gotten from Nashville on loan back in August 5th. 3 games, 3 starts.
Been impressed in recent weeks by Hartford's ability to maneuver the ball in tight areas of the park. That's why you do all these rondos in training. Keep the ball, short passes, move it around, get the opposition chasing you. It's always good for ball retention as well when you have to. That's a good switch by J.J. Williams.
Coming right for Holstad. Tries to cut it inside, and Junior Ferreira. They call Holstad the foul. If I'm Rhode Island, I'm not so sure about that one.
That is a hometown decision. Hartford take it. But if that's given Rhode Island's way for something similar, Brendan Burke would not have been happy.
We would see his ups, as you see here.
I mean, there's nothing in this, right?
There's really nothing there.
0. You need a bit of fortune as well.
Sports is skill and luck.
You gotta listen. That's already a yellow card.
We've got a fan who's in the front row of section 4, who you'll be able to hear on the microphone because he's finally sat down and we've played 13 minutes.
He's invested in the match.
He's invested. You'll hear him quite a lot today. Hopefully he keeps it Disney with his language.
Rhode Island without Grant Stoneman, missing his 7th game. Frank Nodarcy missing his 5th. There was some thought Stoneman might be able to play, but he's not in the 18. Rhode Island being very patient. 15 goals, that's last in the league. Meanwhile, Hartford tied for 6th in fewest goals against with 23, a sign mark of just how much Hartford has tightened up the defense as we've progressed through this 25 campaign.
Yep.
Try to play it through, and Disbay takes it, but we get a
handball.
Yeah. That's how Disbay got it.
Yes.
You can hear Kano Smith yelling to Hugo Bacharach.
That was a really good season for Rhode Island. Look, there might be some Hartford fans that if they can't do well, they might want a regional team to do well.
Yeah, that's like, you know what that's like, Mark? That's like Yankee fans happy that the Red Sox do well.
I'm just saying, I think that is in the minority.
I think it's in single digits.
That's what I'm saying, minority, as long as there's one.
Randy's Worcester Street Pizza, the official pizza of Hartford Athletic. Stop by the stadium or visit their other Connecticut locations to enjoy some of the best pizza Connecticut has to offer. We welcome those of you watching on Nesson Plus. I understand the Red Sox had a good game this afternoon. I don't have any details.
Yeah, because you're...
And also our local fans.
Well, hold on. You're a Yankees fan. You want to elaborate?
On MyTV9 at WTNH.com and throughout the universe on ESPN+. Boy, this building, I don't know if you could shoehorn another person in here. Disbay didn't get all of that one. Morera tries to keep it in.
Good hustle by Junior Morera.
Jimenez goes to the turf to play it to Carriaga. Carriaga went the distance on Wednesday night, the first time he's played 90 minutes, and he played well in the 2-0 win in San Antonio. Game played in stifling heat and humidity. They took 2 hydration breaks. Beverly Macangila is fresh for Hartford. He had to sit out that game due to a red card in the previous Jägermeister Cup game against this Rhode Island FC 11. You can see how clinical they are on the back line. Here's the 6'5" Makiba from Zambia. Look at some of the other numbers for Rhode Island. 8th in shots, but 24th in conversion rate. They only convert 9% of the time.
Yeah, the best teams are the most clinical teams.
Hartford with the intercept. Macangila loses to Fuson. Rhode Island starting to control more of the run of play, but it's Hartford holding the 1-goal advantage. 24, Karifa Yao from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Played 3 years in the Canadian Premier League.
It's an unnecessary challenge from Jordan. I know he says it shouldn't have been a free kick. He didn't need to make that. And any player in opposition that feels something in the back goes straight down and knows they're going to get a free kick from it. You've got to be a little bit more disciplined than that if you're Jordan Scarlett. Just keep an extra half yard. Keep the hands down. Because opposition players in any league don't need a secondary invite.
J.J. Williams, only 2 goals on the season, has not scored since April 5th against Roots. Now, he missed 11 games. Here's Ibarra. This one sails wide. It'll be a goal kick for Athletic.
That was interesting with a very high line for Hartford there, trying to ensure that there's space in behind if required for Anthony Siaha. We've seen this type of form that Rhode Island are going through right now from a Hartford perspective. It's not having bad players, it's just having players that don't have momentum.
Right.
All you need if you're a striker is to score a couple of goals in 2 or 3 games and then you're back on the horse. But when you go a goal down, there's a feeling of, oh no, not again. And that's something they've got to shake off.
And Jai trying to play it for Obalola.
It's never a foul.
Sails over his head. Vegas comes out to clean it up for Rhode Island. They wanted to get to Noah Fuson, but they can't. Taken away and then given right back by Njai. And seen a couple of sloppy passes in the last few minutes, missing connections.
Yeah, we have. And that was from Ibarra that time. What Rhode Island did a couple of minutes ago, which I thought was interesting, they had 2 players and even a third just around Makimgila, and that's going to ensure, if they keep doing that, that Jimenez and Junior Moreira have got to come back and help a little bit more, depending on the position of the Rhode Island midfielders.
Trying to play through Fuson and Ibarra in the middle. Nice touch. It's set in the direction of Wethersfield, so it'll be a goal kick for Athletic.
Yeah, Deespe's a lucky boy there. That was a swing and not quite a miss, but it was a pop-up. This one right there.
Yeah, that's a golden opportunity that Rhode Island would like to have back. Still have not been credited with a shot 20 minutes in. Hartford Athletic would like to thank Nuova Pasta for supporting our Goals for Meals program. For every Hartford Athletic goal scored this year, Nuova Pasta will donate meals to help the fight against food insecurity in our community.
He'll be lucky if he doesn't get carded for that one. Ume Mabika.
Yeah, he's not happy. He's yapping at the assistant referee on the far side.
Yeah.
Now Elvis Osmanovic, in his 9th USL game of the season, will talk to the 6'6" Mabika.
That should really be a card.
Now Mabika is 6'6". Obalola is listed as 5'11", but he must have had lifts in his sneakers the day they measured him for the heights. As you look at Mabika making his 12th start of the year. With the first 21 minutes in the book, he's already played 1,000 minutes on the season. Sebastian Anderson not starting for Hartford tonight. Coming into today, he was one of 6 players in the league, 6 field players, who had played every minute.
Yeah, but human beings playing midweek, weekend,
Right.
they need a rest.
Oh, absolutely.
Hartford don't have the biggest squad this season. It looked like it might have been an issue in the earlier part of the season, but now it seems more a case of quality over quantity, which is a good thing.
Former New England Revs sub Jack Paniotu available for selection again tonight.
Yeah, that's a good thing for Hartford. He's made an impact when he's been on the field. Hamstring injuries caused 1 or 2 issues for him, though.
Yeah, he's been out forever. Last game he played was
when the Yankees
May 10th,
last won.
Was May 10th. Let's not get snarky.
Okay.
Mr. U.S. Open tennis.
Hey, back.
Here's Prestis in the middle of the park.
I'm going to see Mets Phillies this week. That should be a decent one. As was that ball.
Through ball. Obalola can't control. You like his enthusiasm. That's why Brendan Burke thinks he has a chance to be a good number 9 before it's all said and done.
Obalola?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Not for me, playing that possession. I think he's going to be better coming in from probably the right-hand side where we've seen him play before. But, you know, you've got to try these things as well. Hartford have tried Mishi as a through the middle, and he's obviously better coming from wide areas, but unless you give it a go, you don't know.
Here's Dwayne Atkinson. Loses to Owen Prestis, the 19-year-old. Jimenez looking for Obalola. Couldn't get it through Yao. Now Deespe will settle. Herrera turned himself around there. There was nobody in the vicinity, so he had time as Hartford forms up the attack. Jimenez loses it off the boot. Foul is going to be called on Jonathan Jimenez, the Norwalk native.
No, that was right after the whistle. Come on.
Referee's giving him a little bit of a warning. Let's see what Jimenez did here.
Foul.
Yeah. 7 days, with any day ending in Y, that's a foul.
And the 8th day, too.
They try to play through the middle, but it goes right through Siaha. Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. Distilled 6 times till it's just right. Tito's is known for great vodka, giving back, and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly. 1-0 Hartford on the goal in the 6th minute by Samuel Carriaga. As you can look at Jimenez getting up after being taken down by Corcoran.
He was a bit quick with the whistle. The referee there offered him possession. Didn't need to blow as early as he did.
You wonder when TJ Prestis came out of Yale, Mark, if he thought he'd be having this big an impact in USL in his first year.
Ooh, my word. When you clear it like that, you've got to be aware of your surroundings. I hope everybody's okay in there, but there's a Camus dude in the place.
Yeah.
The boy behind's like, as long as my beer's not spilled.
Right. Didn't spill a drop of that fine lager.
There's no such thing as a not fine lager, is there?
Njai will throw it in.
I mean, he's like, yeah, whatever.
Sends it into the box. Headed away. Owen Prestis can't control. Battling with Atkinson. Nakangila tries to support. 1-on-2. Taken away by the speedy Atkinson, the Jamaican who played in the Jamaican Premier League before being signed on August 7th.
Yeah, they've got to utilize his pace better.
Fuson, the chip. Siaha calmly plays it head high.
And there's a problem for Hartford here. It's a knee knock, I think, for Jimenez.
And the whistle will blow, and athletic trainer Matt Diaz may be summoned onto the pitch.
Yeah, you just see it here as the cross comes in. He's just been caught. But it's poor again in the final third from Rhode Island. We've seen an overhead pass from Corcoran. We've seen one from Ibarra. We've seen Fuson there overhead it as well. You're not going to get success if you don't play closer into your striker, and he's got to have runners around him as well. But if you're playing balls in like that to 3 giants at the back, that ain't going to work, and this lot's not going to have too much to cheer about. They've got to be better in the final third than this.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank Lux, Bond, and Green Jewelers since 1898, celebrating life's special moments. Dispay up the right flank. Plays it up ahead, but no chance to get it through the pair of Rhode Island players. Rhode Island winning a lot of the 50-50 balls lately.
Yeah, the quality from both sides in the last 10 minutes has been very poor.
Here's Holstead on the overlap.
And there's a collision off the ball. J.J. Williams is adjudged to have pushed. I think it's Junior Moreira. And it is. Referee eagle-eyed there. Most people had their eyes on the attack down the right-hand side, but you've got to keep your hands down. And someone we haven't mentioned much at all is that man in pink, which he certainly enjoyed himself for the 0-0. It was a rather unfortunate incident afterwards where we could have done without that, but I'm all for a good rivalry as long as it's good-spirited and not so much fun, but there's a line and you shouldn't cross it, and he did.
Anthony Siaha tied for 4th in saves with 50, tied for 6th in clean sheets with 6.
And there's interest in him from elsewhere as well. Anthony Siaha, he's been a super signing for Hartford.
TJ Prestis gives it away. Ibarra working hard, but so is Obalola for Hartford.
Yeah, but they've got to have someone near him. If his only option is back all the time, whether it's Carriaga or whether it's Jonathan Jimenez or Junior Moreira, and that's got to stick a bit better. That's better from Carriaga.
Baccarat couldn't control. Played up ahead to the on-rushing Jimenez. Kind of rushed that and banged it off the back of Holstead's leg. And Rhode Island gains possession. Shots 3-1 Hartford, on target 2-0 Hartford. Most importantly, goals 1-0 Hartford.
Yeah, since the early goal, 4 minutes 49 seconds officially timed that for Samuel Carriaga. since about the 10th minute, there's been a lot of perspiration, but not too much inspiration from both sides. That's fine for Hartford. They're a goal up.
Cleared up the far side, so it'll be a Rhode Island throw-in. Cano Smith saying there's a number of factors for the goal-scoring issues. He says we've got the players, but it just hasn't worked so far. 2 goals apiece for J.J. Williams, Chico Diqua, Noah Fuson, and Clay Holstad. Then a bunch of guys with 1.
Offside against Hartford there. They kind of go hand in hand, Joe, because, yeah, they've not scored that many, not even won a game, but haven't conceded many either. So what do you want? You want a playoff spot. Now, are you going to get there by 0-0s against Loudoun at home? Not really, unless you can go on the road and pick up 3 points. When you haven't done that since May, that's a problem.
Given away. Stolen by Hartford. Poor pass by Rhode Island. Athletic switches to the right side, and Arturo Dispe went through a stretch where he wasn't playing much, but out of necessity, injuries to first Jordan Scarlett and then Joe Farrell. The USL veteran has become more and more ingrained in the Hartford back line.
And he's kept it simple now when he gets the chance.
Now Prestis has been a revelation in this rookie year. Njai taken down. That'll be a foul. Njai holding on to his left knee.
Seen some good close control from Njai in this game so far, but that was a sore one.
Watch the foul here. First Atkinson hit him, and then Atkinson hit him again.
If at first you don't succeed. He's not the biggest tackler, he's very quick, but he needs to work on his tackling skills. This is a chance for Hartford. Once again, Dispay's gone forward, Scarlett's gone forward, and the Prestis brothers.
Looks like Carriaga will trigger it from a yard inside the west touchline. Just a one-man ball. No, it won't be. It'll be Owen Prestis. Cleared away and controlled in the middle of the pitch by Junior Morera.
It's a great ball.
Nice ball on the right side.
Needs more support.
Yeah, nobody there for Hartford. 2 white shirts. And it's Rhode Island who steals.
I can understand it, Joe, because this is an 11 that hasn't started before together. Oh, there's an off-the-ball incident there that the assistant keeps his flag down. And the assistant on the far side was closest to it, Joseph Knopf. This is interesting. I want to see if we're able to get a view on this. We're going to see a replay and what actually happened. The assistant had a perfect view of it.
Brendan Burke. Yeah, it's, with all due respect to Babukar Njai, it didn't look like the most vicious thing of all time.
No. Great camera work.
What do you see in the first half hour?
2 different things. I see the way it started and the way it's been since. From a Hartford perspective, I think they've been fine. I think they've been solid, but I think they've been clinical. What makes him go down here? Is it a clip? I think he even trips himself. I mean, I didn't see any contact whatsoever from the Rhode Island player.
Koke Vegas told to get back in his goal area by Elvis Osmanovic.
Assistant on the far side, Joseph Knopf.
I mean, there was really nothing there.
There's nothing to see. But the problem is, when someone goes down like that, you think something might have happened. So what else have I seen? I've seen Rhode Island come back into the game and have more of a foothold in the game with absolutely nothing in the final third. So when you're 1-0 down, let's fast forward, say to the 65th minute, and if Hartford is still leading, I want to see a change of shape. You don't need the 3 centre-backs against a guy who's not even a number 9, but he's playing a number 9 today in Adi Obalola. I'd like to see Albert Diqua involved, certainly in the second half, and give J.J. Williams more of a help up there and get someone like Dwayne Atkinson and Noah Fuson wide. Maybe just a 4-4-2 and get it wide and get it in, like Hartford do quite a lot now.
Karifa Yao Plays it back to Ibarra. 1-0 Hartford on the Cariaga goal in the 5th minute.
That's better.
Nice play. Here's a shot. Whistled wide. But at that time, a much better, more direct setup for Rhode Island.
Well, there's your key. That's the exact word. More direct. Get it forward quicker as well. You've pretty much seen that neither side's going to be able to pass their way around either midfield. It's too congested there. And look, he's off balance when he hits it. But they get it forward quicker. And they're playing with, on one side, Atkinson on the right and Fuson on the left, closer to J.J. Williams in attack. But there's this big gap that Hartford can exploit behind them in midfield now.
Hartford really has not had much of the ball in the final third since the Cariaga goal.
Not needed it though, Joe. And remember what we were saying earlier, this is going to be a Hartford side that around about the 60-70 minute mark is going to be stronger with the substitutions they make because the first teamers are on the bench. So we suggested that this is a
nice
chance
play by
here.
Owen Prestis. Sorry, Mark, the kid. Coming up with a pretty steal. And Hartford loses over the east touchline, so it'll be a Rhode Island throw-in.
I suggested that if Hartford could keep this tight, maybe nudge ahead. But when you've got the subs to come on, then there's an opportunity.
Jody Ambrosio and Mark Donaldson. Ava Louise Griffin not only producing, but she did a magnificent job on the national anthem.
She did.
Sir Bobby Kaplan, our director. Sir Thomas of Stanwicks on replay. Casey on the graphics. And, of course, our Power Station crew providing the pictures as we play in the 36th minute here in a sold-out Trinity Health Stadium.
What's the highest pitch you've ever got when you've tried to do the free just before the home of the brave?
I couldn't walk for a few days. Here's Holstead. He saw a lot of the ball early, not so much lately. Rhode Island being very clinical as they try to build up. You know, we mentioned last in the league in goals, but 4th in goals against with only 20. Now Atkinson. Guizara. As they continue to run people through the middle.
Being a bit more adventurous now with the kind of 4 in attack when they have the ball.
Corcoran helping facilitate. Matthew Corcoran, who played in USL 1 as a 14-year-old. I would ask what you were doing at age 14, but I'm not sure we can subject the listeners and viewers to that.
Just delivering newspapers.
Nice anticipation by Cariaga. He gets held and the foul is called. Trinity Health of New England's team of board-certified neurologists provides specialized, comprehensive care for patients with brain, nerve, and spinal disorders. From our multidisciplinary stroke team to their world-renowned Mandel multiple sclerosis centers to their headache, pain, and epilepsy clinics, their state-of-the-art neuroscience units and experienced providers home for your unique needs. Visit trinityhealthofne.org/neuro. That's NEURO to learn more. Did you get all that?
Every last bit. Just don't ask me to repeat.
You do hang on every word. I'm very impressed by that.
I do. Good anticipation.
Good anticipation by TJ. Great minds think alike. Here's Obalola. Adewale gets around Yao. And he's called for a foul.
It's not for the want of effort with Adi Obalola. I mean, you and I have interviewed him.
We'll hear that at halftime.
Setting that one up perfectly. And he's the effervescence. He's what happens when you put the vitamin C in the water. Something happens. There's just a lot of effervescence and bubbly, and he's fantastic. And he's doing his best in this position, but it's just a matter of time before Kyle Edwards comes on in the second half.
Foul in the middle of the park against J.J. Williams. Tonight's match presented by Brignoll Vineyards. Brignoll Vineyards located in the heart of East Granby, spanning 480 plus acres. This family-owned business is a hub for local wine lovers. Open 7 days a week all year round. Stop by for a glass of locally made wines, seasonal specialty drinks, or even host your next gathering at Brignoll Vineyards.
Possession's got to be better for Hartford. The ball retention there was poor. And from a Rhode Island perspective, Hartford hasn't had a shot since they scored, which is more of a frustration for Hartford if it's 0-0. But Rhode Island's got to go and do something about this. They trail by a 0-0. They've got to take a few more risks.
Shots are 3-2 in favor of Hartford. Fouls 9 on Rhode Island FC, 5 on Hartford Athletic. Hasn't been a chippy match by any stretch.
It's not been a match with much quality either.
No, and unfortunately not.
No, but once again, Hartford don't care. If they've got one more goal than Rhode Island at the end of this game, it's massive, especially when you consider where they are in the standings.
And especially considering after tonight, there's only 3 regular season home games left in Hartford and 7 on the road. Conversely, Rhode Island 5 at Centerville Bank Stadium and 4 away from the Ocean State. Bacharach. Double teamed by Jimenez and Njai, playing over the near touchline. So it'll be a Hartford throw-in here in the 41st minute.
For the team that Brendan Burke has put out, he'll be very happy with a 1-goal lead with 5 minutes to go until halftime. And the fact they haven't really been troubled.
With a weak dish, and Siaha had to come way off the line before Williams got there. Jimenez played it wide, chipped in, and chipped across. If you're just tuning in, Mamadou Dieng was here tonight to meet and greet, but his days with Athletic are over. Signed by Minnesota United of MLS.
Look at this first of all, which is just enough, and that's good goalkeeping by Anthony Siaha. But for Owen Prestis, he's got at least 10 yards. That does not need to be played in straight away. He can take a touch. That's better.
Here is Owen Prestis, TJ's brother. Into the box, spins it through, just wide. Oh, Owen Prestis almost making it 2-0.
Right, stop the bus here. What is it about the Prestis family in Rhode Island? TJ goes and scores overhead kicks in the Ocean State, and then a little bit of twinkle toes, and that one is that close to his brother also scoring against the same opposition.
Hartford Athletic would like to thank our founding partner, Travelers. Thanks to Travelers, presenting partner of our community ticket program. Children from underserved communities throughout Greater Hartford able to come to the matches free of charge. Rhode Island finding more space in the offensive third. Into the box. Sent across. Holstead puts it in front. Cleared off the line by Owen Prestis, helping out his brother TJ. That was TJ. They kind of look alike. As your brother's mine. Vegas trying to keep it in. He can't.
That was a shocker back to him.
First corner of the match here in the 43rd minute. And that was just, okay, Vegas losing his location.
I'll tell you what that was. That was self-inflicted. This should not be on your goalkeeper to try and keep something in that's sent back to you from halfway. What are they doing? Their game management, Rhode Island, is nowhere near as good as it was last season.
So, the goal scorer, Samuel Carriaga, will initiate the corner from the northeast side of the pitch as we hit the 44th minute of this third meeting of the season between these New England rivals. Hasn't taken long for a rivalry before. Nice ball. Too far.
Referee saw something, blew the whistle.
Yeah, nothing was going to happen out of that anyways.
They always see it for the defense. Every league, every referee, very rarely do you get penalties awarded. If that had happened and it had been the other way around, would a penalty have been awarded? No, we don't even know what it was for.
Right.
I mean, come on.
NJ doing a nice job on the signage board behind the goal. You know, I'm surprised more guys don't get hurt running into those things.
I just think we missed an opportunity there, because if that had been the fix one that had been knocked it down and then fixed, then that would have been far better than the one that was reliable.
Curious to see how much Rignall Vineyard stoppage time we'll have.
Offside against Obalola. Look, he got the assist ultimately with the shot that wasn't well dealt with by Koke Vegas. But the interesting thing is going to be, how long does Brendan Burke, Aaron Wheeler and the coaching staff feel that those that played Wednesday from the start will have in their legs for the second half?
Rignall Vineyard stoppage time, 3 minutes of stoppage time.
That went out.
Crowd thought it was out.
Another board gets two-footed.
It's like bowling out here.
Gulino and Associates, masonry and restoration, and it's being restored. See?
J.J. Williams, the Montgomery, Alabama native, taking a tumble. All-American at the University of Kentucky, one of 2 Kentucky Wildcats on this squad. Lance Reiser letting the crowd know what you already knew.
What a voice Lance has got.
This is Danny Barrera, though.
24 R's in his last name.
Could stretch it out to be a 13-second intro.
He could for one player.
Here's Holstad. Overlapping his back rack. Holstad cuts it back. Njai called for the foul.
I think from a Rhode Island perspective, they need more natural width. When you've got width provided by players that aren't always playing in that position, and both fullbacks have been changed today, wing-backs, they need to go back to basics, take a few more chances, get natural width, 2 strikers, have a go in the second half, because this has been bang average from them in this first half so far.
Well, if this is the way they've been playing, and you see why they're having problems scoring goals.
But when you compare them with last year they were a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
They really were. I don't know what's happened. It can't just be confidence. Something's
amiss.
Something is amiss, and I don't think there's much needed to change it. Whether it's a tactical tweak, whether it's a formational tweak, you don't become bad players overnight.
Rhode Island throw in from the far side, looking for the halftime equalizer. Jimenez didn't move quick enough, and Rhode Island was able to take the ball away. Here's the lanky Baccarat. Survives a trip by Carriaga.
That's a better ball.
Put in. Header over the cage. Golden opportunity. Goes astray for J.J. Williams.
Who'd have thunk it, Joe? Get it wide and get it in might actually pay some dividends.
Look at Williams. He thought that was going to go. Perfect ball by Holstad.
It was.
Williams got around the younger Prestis, Owen Prestis, who was not looked out of place in the opening 45.
No, I think he'll be a decent enough backup for Sebastian Anderson. It's taken until the last minute of the first half for that opportunity. Brilliant delivery in from Clay Holstad, but the marking from Hartford left a lot to be desired.
Jojea Quizera, the West Jordan, Utah native, to throw in on the far side as we are coming to the end of first half stoppage time. Maybe time for one more push for Rhode Island. Fuson controls, but displaced by Njai, and we have reached halftime.
That was attritional.
So early on, the period belonged to the boys in green, and it paid off in a Samuel Carriaga goal in the 5th minute. Rhode Island carried the play after that, but as we go to halftime, Hartford Athletic 1, Rhode Island 0. Our halftime activities are next as you're watching on ESPN+.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
It's time for the four-part challenge. Our contestant is 3 shots in the crossbar. If they're successful, everyone in attendance tonight gets a free banana pudding with a purchase courtesy of our friends at Navy Body Chicken. Okay, here we go. Kick numero uno.
Mamadou Jang introduced to the crowd at the start of halftime by Lance Reiser on the PA. Got a terrific ovation from the fans who appreciate his almost 2 years of service to Hartford Athletic. His former teammates came out on fire against their Derby rival.
Yeah, backed by a really, really good crowd. And here's the opening goal. It's not good goalkeeping. You cannot parry it into that position. But defensively, you've got to stop the shot, and then you've got to be closer. I've got no idea what Ugo Bacharach is up to there and his teammates, but that was a dreadful goal to concede. A super finish from Cariaga, and then this was close from Owen Prestis, cutting in from the right-hand side onto his left foot and causing Koke Vegas some anxious moments.
1-0 Hartford. Take a look at the halftime stats. Most of Hartford's shots came early. Rhode Island more dominant, and you can certainly see that in the possession numbers.
Rhode Island have got to do something different in the second half. They've got to start and get their position further up the field, or they've got to either make changes or change a formation, because so far this is not working for them.
USL News and Notes in our conversation with Adewale Obalola coming up. 1-0 Hartford Athletic over Rhode Island. At halftime, you're watching USL Championship on ESPN+.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prince Tires will be there for the long haul.
We're here to support the crest, the club, and the community.
We don't stop chanting, we don't stop drumming,
yelling and screaming and chanting.
Back from the dead in the 90th minute!
We'll follow them wherever, pretty much. That's just the love that we have for our team.
We want to be the loudest people, and we want you to hear where we are at.
People in this town love this team, pack these stands out for every single game.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
Pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. At Trinity Health, we're here to help you reach your goals. We combine all the knowledge and expertise of a national health system with personalized health care that treats the individual behind the injury. Because we see all of you.
Time to go around the USL Stadium news for Sacramento and Pittsburgh. Republic getting a new home. Riverhounds expanding their historic facility. USL Jägermeister Cup semifinals, Rhode Island and Hartford will both be at home. With Momo Jang heading to the Midwest, one of the players who will be given a chance to step up is Adewale Obalola. Mark and I spoke to the Nigerian teenager a while back.
How difficult is it for young African kids who are very, very talented, of which there are many, but to go from there to get to Europe or to get to North America?
Yeah, from where I came from, it's so tough. There are a lot of good players without no good opportunities. So me, I used to find myself lucky, just to move from Nigeria to study in England at early age. So I'm so grateful, Every time I count myself lucky, I'm grateful to that.
Now, your debut game was the U.S. Open Cup, and you scored against the New York Shackers. For somebody to score in their debut game, that makes a pretty big impression on the fans and on your teammates. What was that moment like for you?
So I was so happy. To be honest, I was so happy. So before we played the game, so I didn't know I would be in the lineup. So 3 days before, so I was like, I think it would be done. No. I was like, well, this is my time. Well, I just have to take it. So before the game, I knew I was. Trust me, I knew I was scoring that game. I'm more focused. Because usually, my debut in the tuna, I scored.
Never take that away from me.
Always. So, I was like, well, let me just continue this stuff. Maybe I keep scoring on my debut. Then let's go.
They talk about visualizing things before they happen if you believe it enough. Is there anything in that?
For a kid from Africa, no, you have to believe every time. I believe I was scoring that grand. Then before the game, then I called my mom. In Nigeria and America, we are like 5 hours different. So I called her, I was like, we're about to play the deck. I was like, you need the link to watch the last year. No link. Just go to bed. Hope I score.
Is there a Nigerian food that you miss being over here in Australia?
I didn't miss anything in Nigeria because I buy everything, I cook everything myself, so I'm good.
Perfect.
Maybe I miss my mom cooking for me.
Right. If you had to cook the meals for me, Mark and I, who both have relatively big appetites, what would you cook?
Maybe this is melon stew.
Okay.
Melon, yes. That. Just anyone you want, I will do that for him.
Hey. This is why we love doing these things, because we learn about guys and everyone's got their own thing they're really good at, and Good for you with a guy.
My first time, so
Exactly. Yeah. 10 goals last season in 27 games in the Lithuanian second division. What's the similarities or differences between the quality of play in that league and the USL Championship?
Hey, I would say USL Championship got a lot of good players, to be honest. So, they are not part, but, it's tough for me to play in the league. Me, I'm just that kind of player, I just want to show myself, for everyone to feel good. So, at first, in my first season with Lithuania, I scored 5 goals. That was half season. So before the last season, then I scored 10 league. So at first, I played different position, to be honest. Because last season I played as a wing back, played as a midfield, I played as a striker. So I think the first 5 games I played as a wing back and midfield because we are short of player. So anytime we short of player, I just tell them, just put me there, I'll play. Just put me anywhere, I'll play. Then
good attitude.
Yeah, because then my team was struggling last season from the beginning. So then I turn up, so I don't know, start scoring goals. So first half of last season, then I scored 6 goals. Then the second half, there are a lot of things going on. Like I have a little problem with the team. It's some squad, so I was down for a while, for like 2 months. I was no more focused, So when the season is about to ride, 2 months, then I turn up and I was like, but if you want to lead this country, you have to do something, You have to score goals, you have to take your team out of the relegation set. So then I scoring straight 3 games. Then the last goal I scored, then my team went from the 12th position to the 8th position. So we avoid the relegation since that was so good for them. I scored goals. I scored 4 goals in the cup as well. So altogether I scored 14 goals last season. So and I'm so happy, So I didn't know I would come to Hartford, to be honest. There are a lot of teams that really want me. But for me, before the end of last season, I make up my mind. I just want something outside the country. So that was another reason to come to Hartford, Good country, good league. Because I do go everything about USL before I came. I do go the last 5 seasons, When I see like from 2019 to 2020, the league is moving forward step by step, And I was like, let me just go, This is another good opportunity for you to showcase myself in another project.
This week on USL All Access, we give you the fastest 30-second preview in USL Championship history. You ready? Loud United in the East, back. Lexington in the West, back. Playoff Patino in San Antonio FC, he's back. Jaeger Cup is back. And pro referees pull back the curtain to talk about their daily routine and how we can help grow the game alongside them.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We know you are more than someone healing their heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy, the journey. Bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technological advancements of a national health system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
The Great Fire of 1835 forced most insurance companies to close, but not us. The day our founders pitched in to pay every claim is the day the Hartford became the Hartford.
One 1-0 Hartford on top of Rhode Island FC. Our game tonight brought to you in part by LDI Connect. Samuel Carriaga's goal in the 5th minute, the only marker thus far. Rhode Island took a little bit better of the run of play to start to end the first half. Both teams stay the same. No substitutions from the original 22. In the second 45 underway. See if Rhode Island can continue that late momentum in the first half. Ibarra runs the ball down on the pass from Quizera. Rhode Island in the all-white kits, trimmed in blue. Hartford in the green and white. Here's Mabika. Quizera. Matched up on the near side. Connor Smith throws it back to his player.
You're happier with the numbers on the back than you were when Tulsa were here.
The Tulsa numbers were embarrassing. That's all I'm going to say. Here's Fuson. Here's Williams in the box. Back to Fuson. Runs through. Shot is blocked and goes wide.
To start with, I want to see more from Owen Prestis. He just allowed them in too easily. And then when that eventually comes across, it was a bit messy. And Prestis is always playing catch-up. In the end, it's a good block, but the ricochet, and Anthony Siaha just had to hope that was going wide. Good start, though, for Rhode Island.
Rhode Island only 5 second-half goals on the season. They've only conceded 8. Hartford, pretty even, 12 second-half goals for, 13 goals against. 24 is Karifa Yao.
Offside.
Ball offside on the far side.
It's the kind of run you want to see more of from Clay Holstad. Whether it's him on one side or Josiah Quizera on the other side. If you don't have the natural width provided by wingers and they're provided by midfielders playing at wing back, at least get them involved.
Once again, we expect to see Chico, Maxi Rodriguez in the second half. Well, we expect to see at least a quartet of Hartford substitutions as Brendan Burke trying to rest some of the tired legs. They had a very light training session yesterday after their long travel day from San Antonio.
I don't understand why Beverly does that. Seriously. How many times this season have we questioned his discipline? Well, you know, if you are penalised, that standing in front of a player who's about to take a free kick, knowing fine well there's a chance he is going to blast it against you, you are going to get booked. I'll go back to that phrase that Brian Clough said all those years ago. The problem with you, son, is your brains are in your feet. Get back, get on with it, and stop doing things like that. Because what happens if he's the last man or he has to make a challenge that's a yellow card offence and he leaves Hartford down to 10 men?
His 4th yellow of the season, and I would guess that at least half of those are because of that kind of infraction. I mean, it's clear it's something you cannot do.
I would fine players that do that. Not an individual thing against Beverly, just a lack of discipline should be a fine.
Scarlett turns and clears it away. Boy, Rhode Island with the better run of play here in the first 4 minutes of the second half.
Many managers in the past have done that, and players quickly get the message. And it's all commensurate with your earnings. You don't find someone $50 if they're on $100 grand a week.
If they're making Donaldson money, no, you don't.
Yeah, do this for free for the love of the club.
Here's Mabika. Swings it left. Quizera. Cochran for Fuson. Quizera into the box. Slide tackle by Scarlett.
Fantastic. Look at the way he celebrates as well.
To give the first corner of the night
Marlon Hairston.
to Rhode Island.
No, it's a goal kick. No,
oh, it is a goal kick.
That's,
all right.
That's why he celebrated the way he did. When he went and look at this, when he goes in with the tackle, he knows he's got to time it well, but he's played it against Josiah Quizera for a goal kick. Marlon Hairston will be the first player introduced from Hartford Athletic off the bench.
Want to bet who he's going in for? Oh, that's a dangerous play.
Oy, oy.
Yao almost took a boot in the head from Obalola. Fans, join us for our next home match Wednesday, September 30 against Indy 11 at 7:30. Enjoy $2 beer, $1 hot dogs all night long. Plus, The first 2,500 fans receive a schedule poster. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at hartfordathletic.com.
It's not just Hairston. It's going to be Kyle Edwards as well. So Edwards for Obalola would be the obvious one if that's what they decide to do.
Obalola got a yellow, and now Obalola on the pitch.
I think it'll be Macangila.
Well, Macangila, Hairston for Macangila.
It makes total sense. And do you know what? Having not seen whether or not Hairston was already getting ready to come on prior to Beverly doing what he did and going into the book, I don't know if it was pre-planned or whatever, or if this is going to be earlier. I just think you now need to... You don't have a game in midweek. You've got North Carolina next Saturday if you're Hartford. There's no need to wait until the 60th minute. Strengthen your team now. I would take Macangila off because that was a nonsense of a booking from him. And Obalola as well.
Cariaga's service. Ball is free and cleared out.
He's a lucky boy. His goalkeeper, Koki Vegas, because Mabika went for that.
Battling on the far side, sent tumbling. Hartford will maintain possession.
Yeah, making
crowd
sure,
appreciative of the effort right
100%.
in front of the boosters.
Yeah, he was getting them on their feet as well.
Bukar Njai has been around. Atlanta United 2. RGV Toros.
There's a blast.
Oakland Roots is who we played for this year. Scored a goal for Roots. It will be Hairston for Macangila.
That's an obvious one. And there's Edwards for 81. 71 for 81.
Waiting to see from the fourth official, Brian Canetta. Turns the lights on.
Yes, it is.
And it is. So Edwards, who is now Hartford's leading goal scorer with 8, has scored in 3 of his last 4 games. Will come into the match. Obalola gave him some good work. Applauds the crowd. Gets a big handshake from his head coach, Brendan Burke, and his staff, Danny Gaspar, and Aaron Wheeler, Joe Santos. 1-0 Hartford on the Cariaga goal in the 5th minute. Shots are now all even at 5 apiece, but Rhode Island looking for that elusive first shot on target.
Easy decision there by referee Elvis Osmanovic. Foul.
There's a Hartford player down in the box.
Yeah, it's because he was going for it, but he just got tangled up. It's TJ Prestis, I think.
He'll jog back to his position. TJ Prestis has already played over 1,300 minutes. He's played the full 90 13 times in this his rookie year.
He's been such a positive for Hartford this season. The captain of Yale last year.
Got away with one big boo-boo in the first half. His goaltender bailed him out. This will be a throw-in. Quizero will take it. Cano Smith has not gone to his bench yet.
Matter of time, you would think.
I think Michi Galeno would be the next guy you see in the Hartford lineup, or maybe either Anderson or Samadia, and that would be your 5 subs.
Yeah.
It's a pretty strong bench for Hartford.
Yeah, and I think you kind of know who the 5 that are going to come on are.
Well played ball, far side, Atkinson. Knocks it back to Ibarra. Morero with the good defense there. Holstad maintains. Shot from distance.
From distance?
Not close.
That's from a different zip code.
The Fix is Connecticut's premier standalone IV vitamin therapy boutique, offering customized intravenous vitamin infusions and intramuscular vitamin injections that maximize health, performance, and recovery, with all services administered by licensed registered nurses located in West Hartford Center. Visit thefixivtherapy.com to learn more. Jody Ambrosio, Mark Donaldson, and our Power Station crew on hand. We want to say thank you to someone who's been a great friend to Mark and I in our 3 years. That's the Senior Vice President of Marketing and Communications, John Ponzani. This is Pon's last night working for Athletic. He's been there since the start. He's a terrific young man, a great friend, and we wish him the best in his next adventure. He will be missed. The only thing that surprises me is it took us almost 3 years to drive him crazy and get him to leave.
One of the good guys.
One of the really good guys.
It's not just the 10 players in green and the one in pink and those subs and the coaching staff that make Hartford work. If it isn't for all the hard work that happens behind the scenes, that's what really makes the heartbeat of this football club.
1-0 Hartford. Still looking to put some pressure on. Holstad plays it up ahead.
That's a really good spot.
Moreira gets taken down.
It's a really good spot by the referee because it's a tug of the jersey as the challenge comes in. And you were right, Joe. The first 5 minutes, you thought, okay, Rhode Island coming out here a little bit more adventurous and playing the ball in the right areas and had one or two little half looks. But since then, since the subs were made by Hartford, gotta be careful there.
This page takes it from right to left with some trepidation.
Yeah.
Now Prestis up the sideline. Hartford will work it back and take their time. Looks like Emmanuel Samadia getting ready to check in. Ball played in the middle, headed away by Yao of Rhode Island.
Ponziani's move isn't part of the Momo Dieng to Minnesota deal, is it?
I heard Ponziani's move was for more money.
Ah, okay.
You know, one thing we've noticed lately, we've seen a lot more players slip on the turf here at Trinity Health. Because that one goes into the table, and it'll be a Hartford throw-in. Saw a couple of Rhode Island players hit the dust there.
Triple change incoming for the visitors.
Looking to get a little more offense in. Here's Carriaga. Corcoran takes him down.
Again, I'd just like to see the referee just delay the whistle a little bit. I mean, Junior Moreira's picked it up. He's bombed forward. He can still bring out the yellow card when the play stops. Some officials just need to take a little bit of a breather. Just a little count to 1.5.
2 yellow cards in 3 games for Matthew Corcoran.
Is there something developing that might end up being something? If there is, keep the whistle. Don't blow it until you have to.
Carriaga will trigger. Michi Angelina putting on the green blouse, the green kit, getting ready to come in. Try to work some magic for Hartford, which leads 1-0 in this El Clamico Derby. Into the box, parried out.
Offside.
And we've got offsides on Hartford. Flag up on the near side. That's the third offside on Hartford tonight. As we venture into the 59th minute. Crowd didn't like it, but it was pretty clearly offside. It's a Rhode Island team that coming in. Ooh, dangerous opportunity. Owen Prestis cuts to the middle. Looks to possess.
Oh, what's he doing?
And gives it away. Fortunately, Big Brother's there to steal it back. Oh, Prestis got a little carried away there.
Maybe football can now break out.
Sent in. Nobody on Vegas. He easily comes down with it.
I'm going to get 5 changes soon, Joe, so good luck.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Here's Ibarra. Rhode Island in the offensive half. Played up ahead. That should go over the end line, and we should see wholesale substitutions here.
Yeah, Michi Angelina is going to come on for Jonathan Jimenez, and Emmanuel Samadia is going to come on for Babakar and Jai. 3 players going off for Rhode Island will be Noah Fuson, Jara Inzera, and also their number 4, Ugo Bacharach.
So they're doing the Hartford substitutions first.
Straight swap, Emmanuel Samadia for Babakar.
Zachary Irvo coming in. Aldair Sanchez and Maxi Rodriguez. Last year with Detroit, first team all-league. So the substitutions have all been made. Hartford has one substitution left. Rhode Island has two. Alder Sanchez, Zachary Arivo, and Maxi Rodriguez into the game as Rhode Island presses for the tying goal. Played through on the near side to Sanchez. Header from in front from the 6. Sailed wide. That's the second time that J.J. Williams has had a chance and sailed it wide.
It's really good play from Aldair Sanchez. He's made an instant impact since coming on down the left-hand side. This is a difficult one because look at what the positioning where JJ is right now. The pace is already in the ball. It kind of just needs redirected. It's tough because he's kind of got to twist his shoulders and keep it down. That's difficult. But, yeah, these subs are going to be interesting for both sides.
Williams swings it out wide to Atkinson. Controls in the corner. Played it into the box. Owen Prestis knocks it away, not out. Kept in by Hugo Bacharach. Takes it wide and is displaced. Good aggressive play by Owen Prestis. I would think, Mark, Hartford's last sub, if he's able, if he's fit, Sebastian Anderson for Owen Prestis.
Yeah, that's the obvious one.
Well, I am Captain Obvious, so that's what I came up with. Flourish, proud to be the official catering partner of Hartford Athletic. They provide healthy and delicious catering, meal prep, and takeout. Visit them online at flourishhartford.com or stop by their flyby location, 72 New Park Avenue in Hartford. Into the box. It's going to be a goal kick for Hartford.
No, corner. Rhode Island.
No, it's corner. It's off of Hartford. This will be the first corner.
Yeah.
For Rhode Island FC. Hartford has only had one.
Just keep tabs on Dwayne Atkinson at the edge of the box here. There's a potential.
It was Atkinson who had the game-winning goal in the Jägermeister Cup quarterfinals against Birmingham Legion. That came in the 74th minute. Pretty move in the box. Beat a defender 1v1 and then smoked one into the back of the net. See what Rhode Island has up their sleeves here.
I laugh because every referee does it. And no one knows why they do it. And it's such an easy thing to give. Oh, defensive free kick. Why? Interference.
Yes, exactly. Because I didn't like the way the play started.
A foul, doesn't matter what way it is a foul. But not from a set play. Because 95% of the time goes the defense's way.
Rhode Island dominating the ball here. Hartford having a heck of a time with possession. I don't think second half possession is something like 70-30.
Well, first half possession was 65-35 for Rhode Island, but there was zero quality of possession up until they got the delivery in for J.J. Williams to header at the end of the first half.
Alder Sanchez out of Vancouver, BC, and the University of North Carolina. Here's Ibarra. Plays it out wide to Rodriguez. Maxi Rodriguez has had such a good career in this league. Now Karifa Yao, Rhode Island possessing in the Hartford defensive half of the pitch, but really going east-west, not north-south. Hartford doing a good job on the press as they go back to Vegas with Kyle Edwards chasing it down.
I don't think this game takes much to get back into it for Rhode Island. A bit of quality, a good final ball, chance conversion. But they've got to find a way to get the ball up the other end of the field from where it is right now.
Well, it's been a season-long problem for Cano Smith's team. Rodriguez in the middle tries to play a through ball, and It's cleared away by TJ Prestis.
Here's an example, Joe. Hartford defending decent line, but the space in behind. Yes, Yaha can come out, but you're playing a hopeful through ball there. Put a bit of height on it. Get Hartford turned. These Hartford defenders haven't been turned much today, and when most of the play is in front of a defence, they're usually pretty comfortable.
Hartford without a shot in the first 20 minutes. Rhode Island pressing for the tying goal. Hartford 1 point up on Rhode Island for 7th place in the Eastern Conference table. Rhode Island finding open players. Here's Williams, triple teamed. Plays it square. Chipped in, headed, yeah! Elevates on the goal line and makes his first save of the evening.
What have I just said? It will not take much for Rhode Island to have a chance to get back into this game. And this is how close they come. It's poor marking.
Boy, I'll tell you what, J.J. Williams has been knocking on the door. He probably thinks the expected goal should be 2 or 3 for him.
It's a really good move because he just got himself in between Dispe and Prestis. But here's Hartford.
Here's Carriaga in the middle. Ibarra trying to chase him down from behind. Played in. Save. Ball is loose. Cleared away.
That is brilliant from Aldair Sanchez. He's just saved a goal for his team, the sub. That's 2-0 without him. Much better from Hartford to go from where they were up the other end quickly. Carriaga using his strength. The touch there from Mishi. Brilliant play defending from Aldair Sanchez. Otherwise, it's 2-0 Hartford.
Junior Moreira with the chance. Westfield Bank, the regional community bank, focused on its customers and their financial security, the communities they share, and the teams we root for. Westfield Bank, what better banking's all about, online at westfieldbank.com. Member FDIC. Short corner. Owen Prestis gets it back. Carriaga serves into the box. Headed over the goal. Goal kick. Coque Vegas quickly the restart for Rhode Island. 68th minute. Samuel Carriaga, the only one to find the back of the net. That was over an hour ago in the 5th minute. In your opinion, Mark, what do you need to see more from Hartford? TJ Prestis with the nice play, keeps it alive. Here's Engalina. Cleared over the goal line. That should be another corner for Hartford.
I'd like to see Hartford play more of the game in the Rhode Island half of the field. To be honest, I think they've been pretty disciplined. This isn't about how good you want to play tonight. This is about getting the result. This is about having a lead and making sure you keep that lead.
It'll be Owen Prestis as the fans cheer him on. See, that's something I never want to see in your hands is a bullhorn.
Oh, goodness, no.
So Owen Prestis in his first game for Athletic will trigger the corner from the southeast end of the pitch. Nice in-swinger, but Vegas catches it neck high and quickly starts the restart. Long ball up the far side, but it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a Hartford throw-in. That was maybe a little bit too quick by Coque Vegas there.
Yeah, what I don't want to see from a Hartford perspective is leaving themselves 2-on-2 at the back. That's unnecessary. If the opposition have 2 forward, you bring back 3. Always have at least 1 more. You can't get caught out when you're winning a game. You're not chasing it.
Hartford back on the road next Saturday at North Carolina FC. Rhode Island home in Pawtucket in a big match with Charleston Battery.
The trip to Cary, North Carolina next week, isn't it?
That's right. Headed down. Ball goes wide. We're going to see Amos Shapiro Thompson into the game momentarily. Former Boston College star. Hartford plays it up to Edwards. He and Yao get involved, and Edwards called for the hold. Rhode Island has definitely had the better of play here in the second half. But they've been unable, they've had the better of play, but really unable to get much, if anything, on goal. Rhode Island wanted a foul on Scarlett there. Osmanovic said play on. Here's Engelina. Came on as a sub. Hartford with some possession. Moreira, who has gone the distance so far to the overlapping Dispay. The chip in, and Vegas is right there.
What Hartford are going to have, because Rhode Island are going to have to take chances, they're going to have space in behind. So I want to see some diagonals or some long balls played over the top. Here's a chance for Rhode Island now, but the flag is up on the far
Rhode Island
side.
offside. Looks like Chico, Albert Dico will be coming in for Dwayne Atkinson. And Mark Ibarra's night is over. Ibarra replaced by Amos Shapiro-Thompson, the Massachusetts native. Looks like Sebastian Anderson getting set to check in. And that.
What do you reckon? 23?
Oh, it's got to be for Preston, I would think.
Has to be.
So Hartford will have gotten the guys they want to get back into the game after resting for the first anywhere from 50 to 60 minutes as we play in minute 72.
A lot of noise in the pitch side microphone. That's Cano Smith.
Price Chopper, an official partner of Hartford Athletics. Soccer fans save 15% with your Advantage Edge card off general admission tickets to all athletic home games here at Trinity Health Stadium. Visit PriceChopper.com for more details on this amazing offer.
If you're Brendan Burke, you're happy what you've seen so far. To be able to go to San Antonio, tough place, very tough, to win, move on in the cup, keep a clean sheet, 12-hour journey back, tired players, and to be 1-0 up with 18 to go, and now you've got your stronger players on. I tell you what, that's pretty good stuff. And you've been nowhere near your best, but you've not really needed to be.
Hartford going direct over the top. Played into the box. Here's a shot and a goal! And it's Kyle Edwards. 2-0 Athletic.
We've just spoken about that. There's space in behind. Take a chance. Stick it over the top. You've got fresh legs. You've got Kyle Edwards. You've got Michi Engelina. You might not have Momo Dieng, but you've still got a goal scorer. Awful defending once again by the substitute this time, Zach Heravo. And Kyle Edwards with the goal. There's the gap. It's now 2 goals. That's massive for Hartford.
9th goal of the season, 19th in the green and white for Kyle Edwards. And that's the insurance goal Hartford was looking at as Brass Bonanza plays and the smoke comes out of the east stands. Well, we said at the beginning of the broadcast, Mark, who fills in for Momo Dieng? And we said the most likely candidate would be Kyle Edwards, and he comes off the bench and pays instant dividends.
Joe, he's not a fill-in. He is not
No,
a fill-in.
he's not.
He is a player who is more than capable. He's an international striker. He's got plenty goals in his locker. And it's just because of the formation and the way that Brendan has played with his team that you didn't see the two of them playing together as a 4-4-2 or whatever. I'm not saying he's going to be someone who will make Hartford fans forget about Momo Dieng, because that's not what you want. But I tell you what, to have someone like him is huge for Hartford.
4th goal in his last 5 games.
There you go.
Quick restart. Rhode Island now chasing 2. Yao in the middle of the pitch. So Hartford hadn't had a shot on target in the second half. That one was a golden one as Engelina chases after it. Sebastian Anderson at the table. Now Bacharach swings it left to Sanchez. Sanchez puts it in, gets through, offside.
Just a goal kick.
And
after no touch.
No, it will not be. It will not be what we thought. It'll be Samuel Carriaga coming out for Sebastian Anderson. So Owen Prestis will go the distance.
That makes sense. Whether or not it would have been the same substitution if it was still 1-0, don't know. But now, why would you take off Owen Prestis, who can play as a centre-back, can play as a right wing-back, can play in midfield? That makes total sense. And Sebastian Anderson will now go and play in a central midfield area right now. That's where he's gone. But the likelihood is he may or may not go to the right side. And Owen Prestis is just seeking clarification from Brendan Burke and Aaron Wheeler.
So Kyle Edwards in the 73rd minute. Hartford withstood the Rhode Island charge.
Oh.
Nice bit of work by Edwards. Here's Owen Prestis. Sends it across for Engalina. A tad too far. Shapiro Thompson will try to run it down. Hartford gets there first.
He had time, Joe, to take an extra touch. There was, yeah, you want to play it early and it's not a bad ball, but he could have taken another 5-10 yards, and then he's got the option of doing the same again or cutting it back.
And with experience, Owen Prestis will probably do that.
I think he's a good addition to the squad. I think he's flexible. He can play in different positions. I think he's been very steady this evening.
He certainly hasn't looked out of place.
No, not at all. And very proud for the Prestis family to have two of their boys playing for the one team at the same time.
Cleared out of the box, but Hartford maintains possession. Good hustle by Hairston, who's been so valuable this year for Athletic. Samadia plays it up the far side. Anderson sends it back. It's going to be cleared over the east touchline. It'll be a Hartford throw, and as we hit the 78th minute, a 2-0 Hartford lead. Carriaga and Edwards for Samu, as Brendan Burke calls him, his first. For Edwards, number 9. And that ties Momo Jang for the team lead. Puts him among the league leaders. Meanwhile, the offensive woes continue for Rhode Island. Foul going to be called. TJ Prestis doesn't like Elvis Osmanovich's call, but you know, we have seen games that were officiated far worse than what we've seen from Elvis Osmanovich tonight. He's kept things under a pretty good leash while letting boys be boys. Rodriguez on the near side trying to facilitate. That pass goes astray, and it'll be a Hartford throw-in as we hit the 80th minute. Dayhill Dome, the place to play. Open to all ages and abilities. Rent their facility to run your own program or register for one of theirs. Either way, Dayhill welcomes everyone to experience the best sports facility in the region. Visit dayhilldome.com to learn more. Foul in the middle of the park. Here's Holstad. He's had a good work rate tonight for Rhode Island. But just not enough players matching that effort.
When you think what this could do, if they can stay ahead, get all 3 points, Hartford, it would take them 5 points clear of Rhode Island, which is huge. Rhode Island currently occupying the 8th and final spot. Indianapolis are 3-1 up on Miami right now. Louisville still 0-0 with New Mexico, and Birmingham are beating Pittsburgh. So the only way is up right now for Hartford, and for Rhode Island, they need to find more of a threat in front of goal and away to the opposition net.
And a Hartford win could move them past Detroit in the 6th spot.
Detroit not playing tonight.
Nope, having the night off.
And they'd be just a point behind Pittsburgh.
And Hartford and Detroit will have played the same amount of games. You know, we've talked about games in hand for a couple of weeks now.
Yep.
Now as a Hartford player is down.
And while there's a player down getting treatment, just a reminder, and it's something you touched on earlier, Hartford's schedule is not kind to them towards the end of the regular season. What did you say? 7 of the last 10 are away from home?
Including trips to Monterey Bay, Colorado Springs, and Oakland.
There you go.
And a potential trip to the West Coast if it's Hartford-Sacramento in the Jägermeister Cup final and Sacramento wins the draw. Let's see if we can see what happened here in the box. There's Scarlett, Deespay.
It's a sore one. Just the heads. Clash of heads there.
It's a bang.
When you're in a position like this, and Hartford are on a phenomenal run of form, 10 points out of 12 in USL, scoring 11 and only conceding 2. Unbeaten in 7 coming into this in all competitions since that loss where they just didn't show up against Tampa Bay at home, but it was only a blip.
5 in the conference as you look at Kyle Edwards being attended to by athletic trainer Mike Diaz.
But it's all about momentum and form. They've only lost once in all competitions since mid-June. The similarities between this season and last season are frightening. Poor start, pick up pace, flying finish.
Edwards looks no worse for the wear. He'll have to step out and be beckoned back by the referee, Elvis Osmanovic.
They've gone from can they make the playoffs? Because remember, it was between Hartford and Tampa Bay, 11th and 12th in the Eastern Conference.
And Hartford lost to Tampa Bay.
They lost to Tampa and they went back to the bottom of the table. Since then, look at them now. They're within 1 point, if they win this today, of 5th place, assuming Birmingham hold on to the lead against Pittsburgh. You've gone from how can Hartford make the playoffs to can Hartford get home field advantage in the playoffs, which would be huge for a football team that's only been in the playoffs once, and that didn't last long.
Right, and that was in the COVID year of 2020. Long ball played upfield. Edwards right back in.
You cannot understate the job that Brendan Burke and his coaching staff have done at this football club. It would have been easy to feel sorry for yourself. Oh, 12th in the table, another bad year. What's happening? Where are we going to go? Where are we going to be playing next? That's one choice. The other choice is, you know what? All for one, one for all.
83rd minute of play. Shots even at 8 apiece. Shots on target 3-1. Only 2 shots total on target here in the second half. JJ Williams had a header saved. That hit the camera. Our field side camera down there.
Right now, Hartford is what Rhode Island want to be. Last season, Rhode Island were what Hartford wanted to be.
Watch this. Up close and personal. Boom. Deespay.
That was like in the Little League where the lens got smashed to smithereens.
Here's a deep throw in for Rhode Island, looking to cut the Hartford lead to 1. I would guess we're looking at least 5 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah, this game's not in the books yet.
Long, high, arcing throw in. TJ Prestis heads it. Samadia with that left boot. Clears it in the direction of Engalina.
There's huge space for Michi here.
Here's Michi. 1v1. Cuts to the left.
That's a red card. It's got to be a red card. It's a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity, and off he goes. Can have no complaints. Aldair Sanchez. It's an easy decision for the referee. He got it absolutely spot on. 2 goals down, and now a man down, and it's all going wrong for Rhode Island.
The 5th red card for Rhode Island this season. Really not much doubt about it. Watch Michi here. Displaces Ibarra. Cuts past Sanchez, who reached out his arm. So Hartford will play 11v10 for the final 6 minutes plus stoppage time. And as you said, Mark, really no decision to be made there.
There will be some Rhode Island fans that look at that and say, oh, wait a minute here, but Maxi Rodriguez was getting back. Yeah, if there was no contact between Aldair Sanchez and Michi Engalina, Maxi Rodriguez would still have 5 yards to make up. He was able to get there because Michi slowed down because of the contact. It's as clear as day, a red card, an easy decision for the referee. And once again, a team coming here, going down to 10 men.
Tonight's Hartford Business Journal Business Alliance partner of the match, Ambrose Solutions. So, Sebastian Anderson and Samadia both there from about 28, 29 yards out. Through ball on the ground. Here's a shot. It's
offside.
blocked,
Offside.
but it's offside, so it's all for naught.
And it's when you look back at that, even although the flag had gone up, for Michi, you and I spoke to him about a month ago now, and once the camera had stopped rolling, you and I both we had a good chat with him about how he's feeling down, but he's feeling like things are about to turn round, and we spoke about the chances and the finishing and whatever, and he was saying he was going to work hard on being better at finishing. He just took an extra touch there. I wouldn't have counted because the offside flag was up, but what a run Michi's on right now.
Matthew Corcoran distributes back to Yao. So far, Albert Dequa has not been a factor since coming in. Here's Chico. Won the Golden Boot, league MVP in 23 with Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yeah, not playing 20 yards away from J.J. Williams, though. Get him up front. Get him a strike partner. Get him to feed off the strike partner.
Taken away by Hartford. Boy, they have tightened up the latch here after taking the 2-0 advantage on the goal by Edwards in the 73rd minute.
As someone who does all the home games with you, I sense there's a difference now in the mentality of supporters.
No question.
And that comes from the coaching staff and the players. This isn't it's Saturday night, we may as well go to the football, Hartford's playing. And
no, they're investing.
They're investing in the football club, they're investing in the mentality. And fans are now coming to games expecting goals and expecting wins. And that's how the Rhode Island fans were feeling middle to end of last season in the regular season, because this is what success breeds. You get 3 points, everyone feels good. And Rhode Island will come again, but I think they need a change of shape. I think they need to go 4 at the back, get natural width, get 2 up top, or 4-3-3 or 4-4-2. Just do something, because this isn't working. It's just been insipid.
Anderson called for the foul. Here's a long ball played upfield. Dispe with a nice ball, but Rhode Island will maintain possession. Rodriguez back to Holstad. 2-0 Hartford, entering stoppage time soon. Back rack.
They've got the talent, Joe.
To Yao. Oh, they've got great talent, which makes you wonder how they could only have 15 goals.
It's baffling.
On the season.
They've also got a really good head coach and a well-organised setup at that football club.
Rodriguez to Shapiro Thompson. Scarlett there to deny, send it out to the far side.
It just makes a change for Hartford for someone else to feel like this, because it's usually the Hartford fans that do.
Rhode Island looking to find that hole in the Hartford defense.
He's played it against himself.
Headed down, but struck, and then Yao hits that one towards Bloomfield.
That's on somebody's...
Puts it on the roof of the cantina.
That's on the roof. Wow.
I don't think we've seen that yet.
Ever.
So it'll be a Hartford goal kick, and as he is wont to do, Anthony Siaha jogs to get the ball that's in about 15 yards away from his goal. And we'll see him take his time. Nobody in the game for Hartford on a yellow card. Meanwhile, Rhode Island playing a man down after Aldair Sanchez was shown a red. Here's Edwards. Heads it towards the goal. Here's Preston. And he scores!
It's Owen!
The kid, Owen Prestis. Welcome to Hartford. It's 3-0 Athletic, and the celebration begins in earnest.
What kind of sorcery is this? I mean, come on. Your brother scores an overhead kick at Rhode Island. You ain't getting any better than that. Hold my beer, says Owen.
Edwards with the beautiful header. Prestis runs free and goes up top.
Come on.
Oh my.
bragging rights in that family. On you go, boys. Fight out amongst yourselves.
Owen, you know what Owen Preston is saying? This isn't so hard.
And he's still a teenager. Wow. That's a Momo Dieng finish from Owen Prestis.
Brigano Vineyard stoppage time, 6 minutes. What a play. Edwards with the assist. His first of the year. And Owen Prestis. That'll be one the brothers talk about tonight.
Oh, you bet it will. Hey, Mom, Dad, who scored the best goal? No. Let's not play that game.
Headed away by Dispay. You know, I've been really impressed the last 3 weeks, Mark, the way Dispay has picked up his game.
Yeah, because he's kept it simple.
You know, there was a point where he wasn't a big factor in the lineup. This is a guy who's done a lot in this league. Here's Rodriguez looking for space. Blocked at the 18 and cleared.
Jordan Scarlett is also a warrior.
Yes.
And it's just protect the fortress.
The celebration from the coaching staff.
I'm glad you point that out, Joe, because
Owen Preston put it in.
So not only is it Brendan and Aaron and Dan and Joe and the gang, but Marlon Hairston is just going absolutely nuts. And he came on as a sub. His first way was to come over to the bench and just to kind of go, that didn't just happen, did it?
Second of 6 minutes of stoppage time.
Do you know what I want to find out? I want to find out if
that is one unhappy Rhode Island fan.
The last sub that was made, Sebastian Anderson.
Yep.
When he was getting ready to come on,
we thought he was coming in for Owen Prestis.
Exactly. Was it ever going to be for Owen Prestis, or because the second goal went in, was that why he came on for Cariaga?
Here's Anderson. He of the long throw-ins. Ball loose. So Vegas, who's been beaten 3 times tonight.
I'm always wary when you go to a football ground and you get given a rally towel that says Sink Rhode Island, but this one says Sink Road Cryland. Now, if Rhode Island come here and win, Hartford looks daft, and that's never.
Here's Engalina.
Not spoken about.
It'll be a goal kick. Good decision by Elvis Osmanovic.
But it's a proper rivalry, isn't it?
It's great. It's become that in a short period of time. And this will be Hartford's first full-time win. Here's a ball played across. Chased down by Rhode Island. Played back to Corcoran. Dequa will run it down. Albert Dequa, the veteran. Corcoran on the left. He's gone the distance once again. He's tripped up by Dispay. If you're Adrian Dispay, that's a play you don't have to make.
No, and it's a card.
And he's shown a card.
Going back to the rivalry, you want Rhode Island to want to have Hartford in their own stadium, to want to make it hostile for them, and vice versa. That's what derbies are all about. That's what rivalries are all about. And this will be the first time that Hartford has beaten Rhode Island without needing penalty kicks.
Right, that was in the Jägermeister Cup last year here. They played a 1-1 draw. Last year at Rhode Island, 3-0. Rhode Island the winner. Getting goals from Stoneman, Nodarcy, 2 guys who aren't in uniform, and Joe Brito, who has not been selected to play tonight. And that one sails wide. Would be a goal kick for Hartford as seconds continue to click off the scoreboard clock. As you look at Owen Preston.
He's actually blowing kisses to the Rhode Island fans who are giving him some stick.
That's a little cheeky.
But you know what? You're 3-0 up and you've just scored a screamer. If Siaha can do what he does and the Rhode Island players can do what they do when they score, bring this on. Seriously, as long as it's above board and legal, then I love things like this in a rivalry, whether it's Rhode Island doing it to Hartford or vice versa.
Samadia gets the boot on it.
Has this been a 3-0 game? No. But Hartford have found a way to be clinical. That's
well,
huge.
they've been opportunistic. They've taken advantage.
Totally.
You know, after going long periods without taking a shot, they've made the most of their opportunities.
Look at the two J.J. Williams headers.
Nice back heel to Bacharach. Here's Holstead now on the left. The chip, nobody there but Albert Dikwa, who soars and sinks.
Siaha's going to enjoy this today. He will really enjoy this today.
As will the boosters on the far side. Many of the Rhode Island fans have started the trip back to the Ocean State. Marrero, who's had a strong night, plays it wide. Cleared out by Shapiro Thompson into the stands. This will be a significant win for Hartford, especially considering the undermanned starting lineup is in the box. Hartford offside. Hartford didn't start Edwards, didn't start Angelina, Hairston, Anderson, Samadia, Joe Farrell out with an injury.
Here's one for you. The head-to-head in this league.
And that'll do it.
A U.S. tiebreaker in USL is head-to-head points followed by head-to-head goal difference. Hartford now has the head-to-head points if a tiebreaker at the end of the season between the two teams. This is a huge night for Hartford Athletic, and the brothers can start the argument about who got the best goal against Rhode Island.
It is a happy group of Hartford Athletic players. Anthony Siaha bouncing around midfield. A solid 90-minute effort. Hartford continues their late season charge. That's points in 8 of their last 9 games. 14 goals in the last 4 games. And a move up the table in the Eastern Conference. Carriaga in the 5th minute. Edwards in the 73rd. The kid, Owen Prestis in the 90th. Siaha with another clean sheet, and Hartford with another win. In full time, Hartford Athletic 3, Rhode Island 0. Mark and I will be back to wrap it up next. You're on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Fans, join us for our next home match, Wednesday, September 3rd at 7:30. The makeup against Indy 11. Enjoy $2 beers and $1 hot dogs all night long, plus the first 2,500 fans receive a schedule poster. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today at hartfordathletic.com. Our match tonight brought to you in part by Central Connecticut State University. Apply today at ccsu.edu. Well, a great scene when this one ended as all the Hartford players and coaches went across the way and celebrated with the supporters. And there's a very happy Anthony Siaha, who got clean sheet number 7. Let's take a look at the final stats from this match tonight. Look at that shots on target. Possession, Rhode Island didn't do anything with the possession.
It's not how much of it you've got, it's what you do with it. 4 on target, 3 goals. I mean, that's as clinical as you want to be. From a Rhode Island perspective, profligacy in front of goal, wasteful, bad decision making. 2 headers from J.G. Williams that on another day might have ended up in the back of the net. But the story tonight is not Rhode Island, it's Hartford Athletic, and this, Joe D'Ambrosio, is rare air for the Green and Blues.
7, 8, and 5. They jump past Detroit into 6th as the fans salute Momo Jang. Meanwhile, for Rhode Island FC, 5, 10, and 6. And they stay anchored in 8th place for the moment. Carriaga, Edwards, and Owen Prestis in his debut appearance with the goals for Hartford. There were portions of the game that Rhode Island dominated, but not enough to put a ball in the back of the net. So Hartford wins it. They hit the road next week against North Carolina FC in Cary. Meanwhile, Rhode Island goes back to beautiful Centerville Stadium in Pawtucket to take on Charleston Battery. Thanks to our producer, the fabulous Ava Louise Griffin, our director, the inimitable Bobby Kaplan, Casey on graphics, Sir Thomas of Stanwix on replay. For my broadcast partner, Mark Donaldson, I'm Joe D'Ambrosio. Final score at full time, Hartford Athletic 3, Rhode Island 0 in El Clamico. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.